Hi everybody, happy Monday. I hope everybody's having a blessed day today. I know that I am. Thank you, Jesus. Always on my side and always provides. So today I'm going to make a quick Spanish chicken with rice, arroz con pollo, all right? And it's a one-pot dish. It's very delicious. I'm also going to add a little bit of corn for sweetness, and this is going to go by really fast. And I have some sofrito, which is onion, garlic, peppers, cilantro, ajíes, and a little chunk of fresh garlic. So I have all that ready, and I have 2 sazons and salt and pepper, and my tomato sauce. Like I said, guys, it's gonna go so quickly. So here's my pan, and I'm gonna turn my pan on pretty high, and I'm gonna grab a little bit of oil, just a small amount of oil. That's good enough for me right there. I just want to coat the pan. I'm coating the pan so my chicken won't stick that much to it, because what I want to do is I want to stir fry my chicken just a little bit before I start adding the pepper and everything. So right there, I have my pot here. I was just waiting for it to get a little hot, but eventually it's gonna get hot. Look, it's a feather. Okay, I'm gonna put my chicken right there, and that's gonna start to fry up, hopefully really quick. I could hear it sizzling, so that's good. It's gonna stop sizzling once it feels the cold from the chicken, but we'll keep going. These chickens are really big, and look, it's a feather. It has feathers. Yes, it's a chicken, it has feathers. All right, so we're gonna stir fry that. Okay, and then I'm gonna add this and this, you can see, and I'm gonna make it with some rice. So I'm making chicken and rice, but I'm not gonna do this now because I need to cook my chicken in a nice sauce and let it cook before I add in the rice and the corn. These 2 things basically are going to be the last things that I add to it, the corn and the rice. Everything else is going in now as soon as I stir fry my meat a little bit. And like I said, just want to get it going to get a nice good taste. You can add a little bit of salt so it could bring out the taste of the chicken. Just a little bit, not a lot, because you're going to add a little bit more later. But this is just so the chicken can get some taste going. Chicken tastes like nothing if you don't put something. So let's put a little salt on that and just stir fry it. I'm going to stir fry it for, like, I would say about a few minutes, and I'll be back. So I cook this chicken up just a little bit. You can see where it's getting a little yellow or a little brown. That's what I wanted. I say I've been cooking it for like a good 5 minutes, where you can actually see a little brownness forming on the bottom, which is a good thing. That's what I wanted. So now I'm just going to add my garlic and my sofrito. And we're going to wait for that to soften down just a few minutes. It'll happen fast because this pot is so hot. It's so hot. Just giving a little mix to that garlic. You see how it quieted down? Okay. So here we go. You see it's getting all over the chicken. All the garlic. The sofrito is still a little hard, but it's going to get soft really quick, guys. And it smells wonderful. See, everything is encoded already. See? Alright, that's good. Now, this would be the part where I add some olives, but I finished the olives in my last 2 dishes, so I have no more olives. I'll get some more olives, but you know what? This dish doesn't even require it that much, but if you want to go with Puerto Rican on it, then yeah, but it's going to be fine with these seasonings. And all this melted already? Yes. So now that everything melted, because you know what, I freeze them. I freeze my garlic and I freeze my sofrito, but I really don't want these 2 feathers in here. I thought I plucked them out. But lo and behold, there's more feathers. Alright. So what I want to do now is I'm going to add a little bit of salt, even though I added it before, but I didn't add enough. Okay, so now I added some salt. I'm going to add some pepper to this. So yummy, yummy. Okay, pepper. And I'm going to add my sazon, which I'm going to use 1.5, only because I want it to have a lot of color, the rice. It's supposed to be like a yellow rice. And this will help it because it has achote in it. And achote is what gives food that red color. And it also has a lot of good flavors in there too. So, and it just made me sneeze, excuse me. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Alright, so next we put all our ingredients in, and now the last thing is the sauce. I'm going to put this in this away because I don't need this anymore. And I'm just going to grab a little bit of water. Just a small amount of water. And if you're thinking that's not enough sauce, it's enough sauce to cook this chicken for 35 minutes on medium heat or medium to low. More like a simmer. You know how you simmer food, you lower it and you just let it cook for a long time. So this is not going to cook for a long time. I say this chicken would take at least 35 minutes so it could become tender and nice and soft. And this chicken would definitely release. Oops, no, go down. Okay, and this chicken will definitely release water. Okay, they will release water and they will shrink. So these chickens might look big now, but they're going to get much smaller. All right, like I said, you don't want to add any water. It's going to release water. So there we go. They're in a nice bed of sauce, and I'm just going to leave it like that. Watch it come to a full boil. Let me push this little leg over this way. I want them all to go down. There we go. This will come up. You got to rearrange them so they can cook good, okay? See, this one doesn't need to be down. There you go. Okay, great. Now this is perfect, just like this. And I'm going to stew this chicken for about 35 minutes. I'm going to cover it because it's already boiling. So I'm going to cover it. And I'm going to reduce that heat. And my stove is dirty. I'm going to reduce that heat to a simmer. Like that. You don't want it to burn, okay? So we're going to let it simmer for 35 minutes. And I'll be back in 35 minutes. Oh, hi everybody, I'm back. And this chicken is done. It's been cooking about 30 minutes. It has enough broth in there, which is really good. So I have 3.5 cups of rice here, and I'm just gonna throw that in. Throw in our rice. And I'm gonna throw in the can of corn with its own broth and with its own juices, okay? So, excuse me. So that's it. Now I just want to make sure all that rice goes to the bottom. I'm gonna let this come to a full boil. And I was gonna add a little bit of water, but I don't really think we need any. This is perfect just the way it is. So just give it a quick little mix. All right, now all the rice is on the bottom, the chicken's on the top. Okay, so that's good like that. And I'm gonna get some aluminum foil. Okay, let me get some piece of aluminum foil over here so I can cover up the cover. All right. I see it, corn. Get some splashes. All right, so we're gonna wait for this to come to a nice boil, and then I'm gonna cover it with the foil, and I'm gonna let it simmer for 20 minutes. But I have to wait for that to come to a full boil, okay? Give it a minute or two, and it'll be right with us. Okay. This is starting to smell so yummy, guys. So delicious. One pot chicken and rice dinner. Takes about 45 minutes, about an hour, the whole process. But it's like one of those dishes where you could just prepare it and leave it and then come back to it and then finish it off and then just let it cook. And it's about an hour process, but it's so worth it, guys, because it's so delicious. You can see how rich and hearty the sauce is. It's very good. So there it goes. It's starting to come up to a boil now. Just gonna let it come to a full rapid boil. When I see a rapid boil, then I'll shut it off. Not yet. I like to just mix it around, make sure the rice gets all incorporated and not sticking on the bottom. I have it on high heat now, which I'm gonna reduce in about 3 minutes. Yummy anticipation. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm hungry. I want to eat. I want to eat. All right, it's almost there. Patience. Patience is a virtue. Look at all that sauce. That's going to make a good rice right there. Like I said, you just want to mix it a little bit. You don't want to disturb the chicken on top because the chicken is cooked. It's the rice that is it. So, and you see how small those big gigantic pieces of chicken, and they shrunk, and you could say they were like full of water because they're so small now, but it makes room for the rice, which was direly needed. Okay, there it goes. See that action right there? Just gonna give it a few more seconds because you don't want to do it where you can still see a lot of the broth, or your rice will come out soggy. Okay, you don't want no soggy rice, so you gotta make sure that the bottom's not burning. Okay, just mix it slowly on the inside. Just like that. All right, stop mixing. Like I said, I just want all this broth to evaporate a little bit. So I'll give it another minute or two. It's gonna take at least like 3 minutes where you don't see any more water or you don't see a lot of liquid. That's gonna happen pretty fast, okay? Because that rice is thirsty, guys. Okay, so waiting. But then the easy part comes where you just cover it and you can sit down for about another 15-20 minutes and then it'll be done. This is not something that you have to stand over here and watch it for during the whole cooking process. You don't have to do that. You can just put it and go, put it and go, put it and then serve. So if you have kids, that's great intermediate in between sessions. Okay, it's looking good, and you can see the rice is already starting to come up to the top a little bit. You do want to mix a little bit without disturbing the chicken. You don't want the chicken to melt, and you don't want your rice to stick. So make sure. And like I said, see, it's already happening where you can start seeing the rice. That's what you're waiting for when you see the rice. That means the liquid is dissipating. It's evaporating a little bit, and then that's a good time to cover your rice, but not yet. I'm just showing you so you don't cover it up with a whole bunch of broth, and then when you go to look for it, it's a big old pasty. You don't want it pasty, and you don't want it sticky. You want nice loose rice. And it's almost there. You could smell the corn in there. It smells so good, guys. Anticipation is making you wake. I'm hungry. And I still have some leftover fish. And I have that little salad there that I'm hoping my daughter could come over and pick it up so she can see how tasty it was. Or is still, because it only gets better as you cool it. So, this is doing good. Like I said, just mix it a little bit on the bottom. You don't want it to burn. And you could go around the sides. Like I said, there you go. See the rice? It's nowhere near done yet. Okay, but this is my cue right here. See this? What's going on? That you hardly have any more liquid in there. All right. So that's when you take it and you cover it. And just scrape this bottom. Like I said, you got to go into the bottom and give it a good little scrape because you don't want it to stick, okay? All right. All right, that's good, guys, right there. That's the spot. Now you're going to go and you're going to lower your flame down to low, real low, like about medium low, kind of like a simmer, okay? So you're going to lower that. First you cover it, because this is good just like this. Let me cover it. And then I'll just put the pan on top. Give it a nice little grip, and you could bring down the sides a little. Just like this. Now you're going to let your rice cook for about 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, you can come and give it a mix. And if it's done, good. If it's not, then you're going to leave it another 5 minutes. Okay, so I'll be back. Hi everybody, I'm back, and this smells so good. It's driving me nuts, this smell, because it smells so good. So I haven't uncovered it. We're doing that together. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, start with the foil. Let out some of that steam. Okay, here we go. I don't know. I'm hoping it's good because yeah, look at that. Just how I wanted it. Nice and loose. The top looked a little mushy, but it was kidding. It was not. And this rice is ready, guys. This is so good. See, you can tell the rice is ready and it's not mushy. Look, see? Nice little flakes falling down. So you know what time that is, right? It's time for us to serve a nice plate. And I've been having these. I love beets. Love beets. And I found these little organic beets, so I'm going to have some with my rice. Let me get a plate and I'll be right back. Okay. Let's get this food. See how nice spread? Nothing mushy. No mushiness here, guys. Look. See, that looks really good. I'm going to put 2 pieces of chicken on this plate because it looks really delicious, guys. There you go. Look at that. That is gorgeous. I'm going to give this a little flip. I'm going to lower it and shut it off because this is ready and I don't want it to burn. That looks amazing. All right, so I'm just going to cover it real quick. And I'm going to get a little knife so I can open up that packaging. Excuse me. I could probably do it with a fork. If I can find a fork, yes. Of course you want to hide. Okay, so let's open up these little baby beets. They look really nice. So I'm going to add a couple to my plate because I love beets, guys. I really enjoy some beets. So I'm going to take 4 little beets. That looks good just like that. Put that to the side. And dinner is done. Arroz con pollo. Chicken and rice. Quick and simple. 1-pot meal. I hope you like this recipe. I hope you go and make some sofritos so you can see the difference in the food. I posted in a previous video my sofritos, so go follow that one. So this is my dinner for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope you give this video a like, comment, subscribe, share it to all your friends, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. Love you guys. Bye. Bye, guys.